Good afternoon, everyone. Erin Sullivan coming to you live from the First Alert 6 newsroom at the Alert Center. We're not having our typical 4 p.m. and 5 p.m. broadcasts on air today due to the U.S. Open. So I did want to come to you live from our streaming services to give you an update on something we've been tracking not only today, but for the last couple of days in anticipation of possible protests happening down around Charles Schwab Field, around where the CWS festivities are happening. These protests are in the wake of the ICE raid that happened in South Omaha on Tuesday. Right now, people are starting to gather. Just a few people are there from what we're hearing right now. And a march is planned for around 5 o'clock around Charles Schwab Field. We do want to send things out to our reporter who's on scene. Philip Catafamo has been monitoring the situation for us. I'm going to get out to him right now. Philip, what are you hearing about what's been happening? I know you've been chatting with some people out there.
Yeah, Erin, I got a chance to talk with one of the organizers. There are several here currently at Riverfront Park. We're near the Luminarium right now. Now, the plan is for organizers to meet up here. There's about 30 or 40 or so. People are still filing in at around 4 o'clock. Now, at 5, they will move as a group, starting here at the Luminarium and moving to right in front of the CHI Center, just near the Charles Schwab Field. Now, one of the organizers, he is an Omaha native, Juan Elizondo, did tell me this is a peaceful march in response, like Erin said, to those ICE raids on Tuesday. The hope is to educate everybody, not just the Hispanic community, on the laws they have regarding immigration, but also to just show that the policies of the United States immigration is hurting most of the communities, not just here in Omaha, but elsewhere as well. Now, they are expecting about 300 people, many marked interested. Now, whether they come down is to be seen, but right now there is a decent group coming up. Organizers have been in contact. We'll slowly kind of get you over to where organizers are, but organizers have been in contact with Omaha Police, and Omaha Police is aware that this peaceful demonstration is going on. Organizers have also been briefed on what to do in case any agitators show up to this demonstration. Again, the hope is to remain peaceful. They have no plans for anything other than that, than to just march from here in the Luminarium and make their way all the way near where CHI Health Center is. After that, I mean, we'll just be monitoring the situation from there. But again, people are starting to file in, carrying signs, a few with upside down United States flags. It is a good group so far, and like I said, we are expecting a few more to start trickling in here at Riverfront Park. Again, at around 5 o'clock is when this demonstration will officially get underway. And like we said, I'll reiterate it again, Omaha Police is aware that this demonstration is going on here today. They will gather here at 4, they will make their move at 5 o'clock. As far as we understand, the demonstration is expected to end at 8.
Yeah, and Philip, while I have you, you talked about the Omaha Police Department being in on this. They have dealt with other demonstrations in the past at CWS's, so this is not something they're unfamiliar with. They prepare for the possibility of things like this to happen at large events just in case. Also, we know that Omaha Mayor John Ewing also putting out a statement saying, of course, as long as things stay peaceful, this is going to be totally all right with him as well. He's been in contact with protest organizers as well. Have you talked to any of the fans that aren't a part of the protest about how they feel about what's possibly going to happen tonight?
You referring to the fans down at the Chuck tonight? I have not gotten a chance to. I imagine maybe a few of them have found their way here. They might still come down later. I have not gotten a chance to talk with any of the people at the College World Series if they have any opinions on this, but I mean, again, I'm not sure if any will follow in from there.
So for those who are unfamiliar, right now, thousands of people are downtown right now around Charles Schwab Field. Can you kind of give us an idea of the atmosphere happening around the people that are gathering for the protest aside from that?
You talking about at the CWS? Yeah, oh, I mean, it's very lively. The game started at 1 o'clock. Everybody was out and about, wandering around Baseball Village or going into Fan Fest, grabbing some food, grabbing some drinks before they go inside. I believe Coastal Carolina and Arizona is either wrapping up or they've just wrapped up. So, obviously a lot of excitement around the actual tournament. And like I said, I haven't gotten a chance to talk with any fans if they are thinking about the peaceful demonstration or if they have any intention of joining it. But yeah, I mean, it's day one of the College World Series, lots of excitement down at Charles Schwab Field. But it's just pretty much that. Everybody, for the most part, I mean, I'm sure the focus is on the game.
All right, Philip
today.
Katafimo live for us from downtown Omaha. Philip, thanks for your insight. We're going to be checking in with you throughout the evening as that protest and march gets started. We'll talk to you again a little bit later. So for those of you who are unfamiliar or just want a little bit of an update on what's been happening, let's go back to Tuesday. So Glen Valley Foods is where this raid was happening in South Omaha. That's a meat processing plant in the south side of the city. ICE came in with a list of 97 people that they wanted to screen. DOJ says that this investigation started actually earlier this year with an audit of some employee I-9 forms, and they say that revealed a lot of suspected fake documentation for identities. And so they ended up detaining 67 people. The Department of Justice says that those people were using fake Social Security numbers. So those people, we learned within the last couple of hours, 63 of them have been taken to the Lincoln County Detention Center as of last night. That's according to the Lincoln County Sheriff. And those people are going to be able to meet with immigration attorneys to help them with their cases. The Center for Immigrant and Refugee Advancement also tells us that 11 of those 76 individuals have either been deported or have been taken to other centers or locations for processing. We haven't been able to get a list of names or exact charges for these individuals just yet. That's something that we've been working hard on trying to figure out. It is worth noting that authorities have told us none of the people detained have a violent criminal history, although we do know that one of the people that was detained has been accused of assaulting one of the federal officers during this operation by threatening them with a box cutter. Another thing I wanted to note when we go back to protesting, we know that on Tuesday, after this operation happened, there were 2 protests that day in Omaha that night. And OPD told us that they were peaceful. We had crews out at those protests. We didn't see any issues. They remained pretty quiet and peaceful. But we did learn that last night, ICE arrested 4 protesters. ICE told us they were caught on video damaging federal property and threatening to assault federal agents and officers. And they say an ICE officer was injured by a protester. They actually sent us a picture of that injury. It was an officer had an injury to his arm. And so they do say that those 4 protesters are facing a number of felony charges. We have those all listed on our website for you. ICE says these protests were in direct response to that Tuesday operation at Glen Valley Foods. So we don't know exactly when this protest where those arrests happened was. We're going to figure that out as well. But again, we do know that those 2 protests that we covered that happened on Tuesday, as far as what we witnessed and what OPD has told us, remained peaceful. To recap one more time, if you're just joining us here at First Alert 6 at the Alert Center, we are monitoring right now in downtown Omaha near Charles Schwab Field at the CWS. Protesters are currently gathering to protest the ICE raid that happened in Omaha on Tuesday. They're protesting that ICE raid. They're going to do a short march near Charles Schwab Field and then hang out around Charles Schwab Field and CWS, where there's a big crowd of people right now gathering to watch some of the ball games and be part of that atmosphere. We have a number of crews on scene that are going to stay there monitoring what happens. The goal is for everything to remain peaceful. That's the goal of the protest organizers. That's the goal of OPD, who is aware of what's going to happen, and of the mayor of Omaha, who's put out statements today saying Let's just keep things peaceful. That's what everyone wants here. So we're going to keep on top of it for you guys. We'll have another update for you here from the Alert Center coming up at 5 o'clock tonight. And then our regular broadcast should resume tonight at 6:30 p.m. For now, we'll see you guys back at 6:30 p.m. on air.